At some point in time, you may want to clear some of your clips from your clip list. A lot of times that clip list can become very cluttered, especially in a larger session where you've done a lot of editing. So if you want to start clearing out some of that data, there's a few things you need to remember. First is that your whole file or parent clip is going to be stored on the audio drive, and just because you delete a clip from your actual playlist in your track doesn't mean it's gone from the hard drive. Okay? So if we delete it here, we'll notice that it goes away, but it didn't go away here. So let's say this one right here. Let's zoom in. So that's clip 16, so it's this one right here. So if we delete that clip, it's gone from our session, but it's not gone from our clip list. It remains in the clip list, so we can drag that back in if we wanted to recreate what we had. So when you delete it from a track, it doesn't delete it from the clip list. Okay, now let's say, for example, that I want to delete this drum loop. I don't want to use that anymore. I've cut it up into all of these individual subset clips or subclips. Let's say I want to delete that. If I get rid of this, it'll still remain here in my clip list because it doesn't delete clips out of the clip list. So then what I need to do is I can select these individually, or I can command and click on them to select certain ones. I can also command and lasso, basically, those, like that, and then I can delete them. So I can do that by coming up here to the clip list pop-up menu and choosing clear. Now, Pro Tools gives me a couple of options here. Do I want to remove these clips, or do I want to delete these source files? Well, I'm not sure I want to delete the source file. Maybe I'll use that later. So this is a great example of that the clips are just pointers, and they point to certain locations on a whole file clip on your inside of your audio files folder. So in this case, I don't want to remove that from the hard drive. I just want to remove these clips so I have less clutter in my clips list. So I'll click remove. Yes, I want them removed. So now those individual clips are gone. Now let's take the same scenario. We have a file here, and we decide we want to delete that off there as well. So we're going to delete off the track, but it still shows up here. Okay, it hasn't been deleted. It's still right there. So if we delete it here, it still shows up here. Now we can select that particular file. We can go up here and select clear. Now, if we just say remove, it will remove it from the clip list, but we don't want to do that. What we want to do in this case is we want to delete the whole thing. We don't want it in our clip list, and we don't want it off the hard drive. So we can select delete, and it says, are you sure you want to delete that off of your hard drive? Once it's gone, you can't get it back. Yes, we want to permanently delete that file from our hard drive. Now there's no undo. We can't get that back once it's gone. You have to make sure when you're deleting clips that you are, if you want them deleted, you know what you're doing, as opposed to, I just thought I removed those from the clips list. There's a difference between removing and deleting clips in Pro Tools. If you had multiple files that you would like to delete, say for example, I want to delete all of these, so I'm going to delete those. They still remain here. So now I could select all of these, and I could go up to clear. I can select delete. It's going to ask me if I want to delete every one, or I can go option and delete, because I do want to remove them from my hard drive, and that will delete all of them at once and not ask you about each individual one. Remember, the option modifier key is, one of its functions is to select all. So it deleted all of them without asking me. So now again we have a blank session. So that concludes our discussion on lesson number 4. And we've covered a variety of things about how to set up and actually record in Pro Tools, how to understand the different types of clips that there are, and how to remove or alter or delete those clips from your hard drive. And we'll see you on the next tutorial.